Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see you. And we have a new member coming in just now, Dave Lynn, who is, I think, Marty, you know Dave, is that right?
Yeah.
Hi, Dave. Dave is our latest member who's a returning Rotarian, is that right, Marty?
That's right, and a former president of his club.
Wow.
He was in my first club. Hi, David. It's
Hey,
nice
Quanta, how are you doing?
Well,
I like your
I'm doing
profile.
great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
That's
Manu coming in from India. Ritu.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
I
Maggie, coming in from India. So is Dave on the East Coast?
Yes,
Charlotte,
he's here.
Carolina. Yes.
Yeah, he's
okay.
here in
David's in-
Charlotte.
So we
He
have.
lives only 4 miles away from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to meet at his house when we had a board meeting, right, Dave?
Yes, my children know Quanta very well. Quanta auntie.
So
Auntie Quanti.
fabulous. It's wonderful to see you all and to welcome Dave. Thank you for joining us. It's good to meet you. I haven't met you before. So I'm Dr. Pauline Crawford, and it's wonderful to have you as a new old member. So you know about Rotary. You're much more mature in Rotarian things than I am.
Well, certainly not mature, but I have been a Rotarian.
Wise. I like to talk about wisdom in my life. So we also have Desiree is here from England, my home country. Hi, Desiree. How are you?
It is.
Good. And Manu, it's great to see you here from India.
sure, my pleasure.
Yeah, and Shankir, who is here, and as a club announcement, Shankir has agreed to become our secretary in waiting. So he will be secretary 24-25 when Patty becomes president, and he will learn everything he needs to know from Patty and from all of us. So we will help him to understand the ropes. And also, thank you. And Quanta, who has been Rotarian for 7 years, is that right, Quanta? Has agreed to take on the membership chair, and we should take obviously into our leaders board. So thank you, Quanta, for taking that up, as well as being involved in the Peace Committee and DEI. So you're an amazing member. Thank you.
Quanta, I recommended you and Shankar.
Yes, because we.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll try to be worthy of it.
I said Quanta knows so much and has such a wealth of information.
I'm so grateful, Marty. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, you don't really have much to offer, and I'm recommended you, but only because you paid me, what was it, $400 by PayPal? So I'm just kidding. I love you to
I would
death.
like to say that Dave surpasses me a million miles in terms of leadership. I just want you to know that.
No, thank you for being here, Quanta, especially and Anka. But it's wonderful to see more and more people coming in. Brittany's just coming in. We have remember we're the Rotary Club of Global Impact, so it's wonderful to know we've got everybody coming in from different parts of the world. This is the magic of in the internet and online communication. I remember when the telephone was attached to the wall, and in England it cost 4D. You probably don't even know what 4D is. 4D was pre-decimalization. I don't even know what it would be now. Marty could probably tell us. But life has come on such a long way that we now can whiz everywhere in the world on this Zoom platform. It's actually fantastic. I actually dream of a beam me up Scotty. So do you all know what beam me up Scotty means? Somebody was saying, anybody who watched
Star Trek. Come on now.
Come on, come on. So the idea of being able to beam myself back into England to see my family would be something very desirable. Apart from, other than getting on an aeroplane and going a long, long way. So as many of you may or may not know, I come from London, England, and but I now live in Las Vegas with my husband, Dr. James Oms, who is my fellow director in the International University of Entrepreneurship and also a very fine musician and composer. And as we get to know each other over the next several months, years, whatever it is, then let's make sure we get to understand each other and recognize we're all in different time zones. So it's my early morning and it's somebody else's evening and late night. Welcome to Stormy and to Brittany, who just come in. And Brittany's on the East Coast. Stormy obviously is in the same place as Marty is, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'm actually sitting in Chicago.
Okay, fantastic. You're in Chicago? Yes, that's right. That's Central Time. Okay, I'm getting to understand the geography of America. I've been in America 5 years, but 2.5 of those were COVID, so I didn't go anywhere. I just went outside of America. But I would like to welcome Ritu to give us an introduction to our speaker today, who is Shawn from GIVSUM, not GIVSUM, but GIVSUM. Is that right, Shawn? Yes. And we're going to have his presentation and understand about his things. And after that, we are going to have another piece of information, a gentleman called Anthony Toki, who's going to come in and talk us through an amazing app, which is going to help us all get to know each other even better. So let me just bring 2 more people. Oh no, it's Farah. So Farah's coming in from Malaysia, which is fabulous. Let's just wait till she comes in. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to you, Ritu, to give us an introduction to Shawn.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, fellow Rotarians and our guests. So my honor to welcome our speaker, Shawn Wehan, the CEO of GIVSUM, a platform for fundraising, volunteer engagement, and overall awareness. Shawn would be presenting to us this how this platform can be helpful for Rotarians or any other nonprofit platforms. So Shawn is also a chairperson of GIVSUM Foundation, a nonprofit startup incubator, which provides fiscal sponsorships to new community initiatives. And he's the host of podcast American Philanthropy. Along with GIVSUM, Shawn will discuss the latest trends in Rotary philanthropy and Rotary adoption of digital technology. Welcome, Shawn.
Great, thank you. Good to see everybody. Thank you for having me a part of the meeting today. I'm with you, Dr. Pauline, on teleportation. I think that's what you were describing, right? Teleportation. My wife is also a fan of teleportation. She wishes she could do that as well. So it's a pleasure to be with you. I'm on the West Coast in California, so it's the morning here, and but I do. Some of our developers are they work in a team in India, and so a lot of times we'll have an early morning meeting, and it'll be late their time. So that happens quite often, and it's good to be with all of you. Am I able to do a screen share on my side?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into that and do that. Hold on. There we go. And I think can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. So briefly, just a little bit about me. I've been in philanthropy my entire career. I got started when I was a little kid. Just always enjoyed volunteering, being involved with local community organizations, participating in activities at my local church, whatever it was, just enjoyed being involved in the community, and was a community organizer for a period of time, founded a nonprofit called Future Leaders of Our Community that matched young professionals with nonprofits to be on boards and committees. of those nonprofits. And recently started this company called GIVSUM. GIVSUM stands for Giving Summary. It's just 2 words put together is basically what it is. And what it does is it tracks philanthropic giving. Now, sometime around 2019, the district governor in District 5320 in Southern California called me up and he said, "Hey, I've been watching what you've been building, and we think it could be beneficial to Rotary clubs across the country. Would you show me a little bit more of what you're building? And I want to tell you about Rotary." Now, I had always known about Rotary, had seen a Rotary sign going into every town across America, but only knew just the very surface level of what the organization was. So I said, well, I'll come to your office and you can tell me about Rotary, and we'll see if there's a good fit here. So he came in, or I went and saw him. He told me about Rotary, and what I realized was that I had been a Rotarian my whole life, just didn't know it. And it was one of those moments where for him and for myself, you know, we got in many ways, a great secret here that needs to be shared more with other people. And so I became a Rotarian. I'm a member of the Newport Beach Rotary Club. And then over the last several years, I've been pulled into the marketing aspect of our district. And I help with our one of the chairs of our district board and help with the district governor in terms of doing marketing across the district. And our latest governor is going to be working in Zone 25, and he's going to be doing marketing for Zone 25. So he's pulling me into that as well. So hopefully I'll continue to spread the word about Rotary and continue to help grow engagement with the Rotary, or at least in the western states of the United States. So a little bit about GIVSUM, and I'll take 10 minutes here to just kind of share what we've been doing. We work with about, at this point, almost 1,000 Rotary clubs across the country. And that's a large number. There's 7,500 Rotary clubs across the US. And I'm speaking particularly, I know we have an international group here. So particularly in the United States, there's 7,500 Rotary clubs, or around that number. And we work with a number of districts on an enterprise deal where they'll onboard every club within their district. So it doesn't mean that every one of their clubs is going to be using GIVSUM, but it's offered to them. And basically what we're doing is that we are competing with 2 other platforms, DACDB and Club Runner. We're offering a third solution to those platforms. Some clubs use us as a supplement to Club Runner or DACDB. They may run all their membership through one of those platforms, but then they use us for external events that they're running, or they might use us for one single event in the course of the year, and then they'll use the other platforms for that, or they have total adoption of our platform. And like those other platforms, we're an all-in-one solution for donations, ticket sales, auctions, memberships, emails, texting, mini CRM, anything that has to do with having to manage and run your club online, we help do that. We also are a user-based platform. So any individual person, after they've made a donation, purchase a ticket, and volunteer, log volunteer hours, whatever it is they do, they can also log into GIVSUM and see their giving summary, see an annual report of all the donations they've given in the course of the year. They can use that for their taxes. And so it's both an individual, or what we call a supporter-facing platform, along with an operational platform for the clubs. And so in that sense, it is a true giving summary, and that data is shared with the clubs so that they can then continue to market to those individuals, whether they're members or just supporters of the club. And, you know, we got started mainly because we saw a problem in the market. So let me share a little bit about the problem. Lots of clubs throughout the United States, and I would say around the world, maybe have still not adopted any technology. Okay, they still might be using check and cash. They still might be using spreadsheets to manage their club. They're laggards in technical adoption. So they haven't adopted anything yet. They're not using Club Runner, DACDB, or any other platform on the market. And they're just doing things old school, 20th century, old school. So we go after them and we say, hey, you know, welcome to the 21st century. You might want to consider doing things digitally, online, with digital payments. And oh, by the way, there's a massive generation of millennials that are coming up, and they're not going to write a paper check, like ever. So you're going to want to allow them to do things from their phone. This thing that we carry in our pocket, this computer that, you know, every millennial is carrying in their pocket, and you need to be in this space. The other thing is that some of the clubs that are using some sort of technology may be piecing together multiple technologies. So maybe they're using a PayPal donate button, they're using Eventbrite, they're using Excel spreadsheets or Google Docs, and they're trying to make it all work together. So they're not, they're managing multiple platforms, they're jumping around, and they need some assistance in terms of just being an all volunteer organization, and they don't have time to manage all these different platforms. So we put everything under one roof. And it's a single dashboard. It allows all the data to be captured in what we call opportunities that a club is presenting. And it's all connected. So your emails are there, your texting is there, your all your data coming in from your ticket sales and donations and auctions, et cetera. It's all within one place, and you can see everything that's going on. And you have two checking accounts that you can set up. So if you have a foundation account, you can have all your foundation operations going on within it. And then if you have the regular club account, you can have that going on as well. So really the solution that we have been working towards, continue to work towards, is building this all-in-one where everything is under one single roof and you're not having to manage multiple platforms. So again, the key features: fundraising pages, tickets, memberships, auctions, store items, peer-to-peer campaigns, emails, text, surveys, reports and data, website, domain, hosting. So a number of clubs end up becoming their full website, and will host their domain, whatever their URL is that they've purchased. They can use GIVSUM pages for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through very quickly just a number of examples of ways that clubs across the country are using GIVSUM and events that they might be doing. And some of these just might be fundraising suggestions for you guys as you're talking with other clubs, or as you're interacting with different nonprofits that you're associated with, and they're looking for technology and they're looking for ideas on how to run things. I'm just going to run through a list here. So we have a lot of clubs that do golf tournaments, but I always warn against golf tournaments. They're a ton of work, and they take multiple people to put them on, moving parts that take months and months and months and months. And a lot of times, sometimes golf tournaments don't raise as much money as you like for as much work as you have to do. But we have a lot of Rotary clubs that use golf tournaments as a fundraising source for their club, and GIVSUM can handle every piece of it. And you know, we can do even the point of sale for mulligan packages at the golf tournament itself, or extra donations or whatever. Tap, swipe, insert with the GIVSUM app, and they're able to run them all. But that's the number one thing that we see on the platform is golf tournaments. We also have lots of runs and bike rides that are on platform as well, where they're selling swag for the event, whether it's t-shirts or hats. They're having to manage multiple volunteers. We have a bike race coming up where they have 110 volunteers to manage the course, and all that can be done on GIVSUM. We see a lot of these. These are small little fundraisers, ducky dashes. People pay for a duck, and they put them in a little river or stream or in the ocean, and the first ducks to get across the finish line win. Or they win a prize, or a 50-50 prize, or however they do it. We do a lot of polio campaigns. This was a fun campaign where everybody posted their dog, and then they competed with their dogs, and then people made fundraisers about their dogs. And so every individual had their own page that they could send out to their friends and raise some money for Polio Plus. Lots of dinner parties, galas, special events are done on the platform as well. And everything on the platform is templated. It's not meant to be overcomplicated or 100% customization. This is not a WordPress website where you're dragging and dropping, trying to figure out how to build this enormous website. This is just, no, I'm doing a gala, I want to sell tickets, I have an auction, you know, and then this is the template that I want, and then it spits it out for you. So it's really quick. In fact, you can make a page in literally 3 minutes, just turning things on, and then a page is up. And then you have a unique URL, and you can send it out, and you can download a QR code and get it out to people. So it's very quick. Some of the clubs use GIVSUM for bigger events, for festivals where they're selling vendor booths. This is a car festival that goes on in Townsend, Montana. They run this every year. They have multiple pages that are running on the site, all for the event. And it's a really fun event that they do year in, year out. Holiday celebrations as well. This is another big festival. This is done in California. And we have others across the country that do them towards the end of the year, again, pulling in vendors and creating a holiday environment for different people within the city to participate in. We do a number of outdoor events where people, both as volunteers and individuals, will gather. They'll walk a trail, or they'll walk through a park, or they'll do something that's environmentally focused. We also have a lot of, over the years, members will either pass away, or something will happen where there'll be some sort of dedication. So we see a lot of those on the platform as well. And also just small events. Hey, we're having a membership meeting at this local pizza joint or this local spot, and an event will pop up and it'll be happening the next day, and it'll just be a quick way for them to collect dollars online. We do see a lot of concerts as well. Clubs throw concerts across the country in the United States. This was a fun Bruno Mars tribute, one that I grabbed and threw up here. But again, all the merchandise, all the items, you create a store within the platform and sell whatever you want, and then have different tiered tickets. So in this case, there was VIP tickets, sponsorship tickets, general admission, etc. Again, more evening events. And on any event, you can turn on a gold bar, and at the event, you can display a gold bar if you have immediate bidding or donations that are going on. So people can be at an event, and if you have TV screens or you're projecting something, people can watch the money go up as the event goes on. We also do a lot of district-wide events. So in Southern Cal or in Arizona, they do a week of service where they have all 60 plus clubs get onto the platform. They all post their volunteer activities. So they'll have hundreds of volunteer activities, and then they'll send that page out to the public, and they'll do press releases on it. So they call it their Clubs of Arizona Week of Service. We also see a lot of districts run events on the platform for whatever president events, or just getting together all the members across the district. Also, a lot of fundraisers that have to do with RILA or things that a district are doing, they'll raise funds on the platform as well. So this was an event to raise money for RILA and selling t-shirts for the year. Again, more environmental projects that are going on, and sometimes these are co-branded with different charities within the community. So we'll see an event where it's the local Rotary Club, the local environmental group, the local Boys and Girls Club. They'll all work together on a single event, and they can all have admin access to the event as well. And then we'll see some large projects where different zones will come together, or different districts will come together and run summits off of that. Again, more events on here. I'll flip through these as I'm moving here. So all the data falls into one place in what we call the summary page. So donations, volunteers, tickets, items, packages, they all come in. You kind of click through each tab. You look at the data. You can hit the total raise button. It'll give you a breakdown of your gross, fees, and net of how you did on the event. And everything falls into its own buckets. So it makes it very easy for the treasurer to understand what's going on. And then there's full analytics of how people got to the page, whether it was direct or through Facebook, through social media campaigns, and then what was the page activity, the revenue, the demographics of everybody who came and were involved. We have something new, which is our GIVSUM auction catalog. We allow any club to quickly turn on an auction, then go to the catalog and simply add auction items. So they can add trips and memorabilia and retail items and art, whatever they want. They just click add on every one of these add buttons, and it immediately gets added to the auction. And then if anybody bids on those auctions and wins, we do the immediate split where we charge the credit card, we pay the vendor, we give the club the differential between what we call the reserve price and the actual price. And it's a very easy way. If a club is having an auction and they have maybe, let's say 20 items, but they want to add another 20 items to that auction to make it more robust and allow for more shopping, it takes them literally seconds. And if they have any bids on those items, they're winning. So it's a really neat tool that we now have. Just a couple quick case studies. When we first launched with Rotary, which was in 2020, COVID hit. So we have an event platform, and all of a sudden they said, nobody go outside. But we were able to do a lot of things virtually. But we did do a massive volunteer project with 800 volunteers across my district, where we had every club participating, managed it all on GIVSUM, gave everybody shifts and roles, and had a huge impact where we constructed 45,000 face shields, PPP or PPE, for people across Southern California. So distributed that to all the hospitals, and it was a great case study for us. And then, you know, I mentioned Townsend Fall Fest. They were one of our early adopters with the platform. And the thing that they really shouted out to us was they had all these vendors and sponsors, and they always had to wait till after the event to get the money from those sponsors. And here they were able to charge them immediately, get their money right there on the spot, and set them up so they weren't trying to pull in money after the event. We've also done, you know, virtual events or events where people, you know, arrive, they pick something up, and then they'll go to a space where they're going to watch a movie or they're going to participate in something, but that it's somewhat virtual. So, you know, it's just an interesting way for a club to do some. So on this particular event, they had a movie night. They had everybody in cars, and you know, they sold the tickets ahead of time. They had them pick up food ahead of time, and then everybody arrived in one location to watch the event. And then finally, the week of service that I described to you guys, 50 plus clubs volunteering with 3,000 plus volunteer hours, all within a district. And all the data can be tiered from the individual member to the club to the district. So the district can have an idea of what's going on with all their different clubs. We've gotten a lot of good comments from club members and presidents throughout the, you know, for clubs that have not adopted 21st century technology, this is a huge leap for them. For those that are using this as a supplement, you know, we're providing maybe a few features or tools that the other platforms don't have, and they appreciate that. And then for those that have total adoption, are using us for domain hosting, where we're everything, you know, we work with them hand in hand to continue to build the platform to make it best for them. Last thing, pricing. So we have the GIVSUM Starter, which is a freemium version, allows a club to get on, set up their profile, start collecting donations for their foundation if they need it, and they can run their membership through it. That doesn't cost anything. There's a transaction cost, 5% plus 30 cents, which is inclusive of the credit card fees. We opt the donor in, or the club can require the donor to pay those fees. It happens in the course of the transaction, so there's no billing to the club on that. The GIVSUM standard is $50 a month or $500 for the year. That offers you every single feature within the platform. And then we have the GIVSUM Enterprise, which is negotiated with districts throughout the country, and we give them a massive discount where we'll charge them $50 for every single club in their district. So basically it'll be a few $1,000s coming out of their marketing budget is where it comes from. And it allows for them to have every club tiered up to them so that they can get any data related to volunteer hours, donations raised, events attended, and allows them to then market those club activities. And all right, I will stop there. And if there's any questions, I'll dive in, but thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Okay, if you come off share.
Yep. All right, there we go.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, thank you, Shawn. That was very interesting, and especially at the beginning of our year, really looking at what we want to do. What questions? I know Marty's got a question, and Ritu as well.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on today, Shawn. My question was for the long range, long distance clubs like us. Have you seen any success for fundraising? You know, we don't have the luxury of hosting just yet. We're talking about hosting an event in Las Vegas one year, and then New York the next year, and then Las Vegas the third year, and back to New York the fourth year, and doing this. But, you know, we notice clubs around here that can raise 160,000 in one night with a wine tasting dinner, etc. They're big clubs, 100, 200 members. Are you seeing any successes for a long range idea like us, a world club?
It really comes down to the committee that you form and what the idea is. And then you're matching the technology with that idea, you know, and depends on how you put it together. If you want to do really just a fundraising campaign that you want to put out to all the members and they put it out to their network, you don't have to have a location at all, right? People are just sharing a link and they're able to click on that link, watch a video. You know, most people give because they're asked to give. If you're going to do an event in person, Then you're looking at all the moving parts of that particular event. Where are people going to stay? What's the ticket price going to be? Are you going to have sponsors that are going to be a part of that? What are the price points for the sponsors? How are you going to distribute those tickets? Are they going to be digital tickets where you're going to be checking people in and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think what we're trying to figure out is what type of event would work, or have you seen work already, and that would be non-infringing. So like in Fresno, California, one of your clients who is a world club like us hosted a wrap-off contest online with singing, and they were able to raise $12,000. And so if we were to do that here in our club, it would be non-infringing towards them, because they're so far away. But we're trying to figure out an idea, like what could we do that is long range? Is it a singing contest? Is it watching Pauline try to rap and her husband Jim wrote a rap for her? I mean, I would do it if it meant people laughing into my face. But we're trying to figure out what we could do.
So I just ran through a number of different ideas there, but every one of those ideas it came out of the membership, right? So the membership, it percolates out an idea. And what I would say is whatever the idea is, whether it's you're taking an idea from another club that you've seen, rapping or talent show, we'll just call it a talent show, or whatever it might be, you're looking at and you're trying to offer multiple ways that supporters can engage. So maybe they can engage by watching a talent show, and then they vote. And when they vote, they make a donation in the course of voting. So it's $5 a vote. Maybe they're making a direct donation. Maybe they're buying an item. Maybe somebody gets up and does a talent, and one of the talents is that I don't know, they knit, or they have a hat, or they're an artist and they create really cool t-shirts, and you sell those t-shirts. Maybe you just have a direct donation. Maybe there's an auction going on as a part of the event. Maybe there's an actual event taking place where people are getting together and there's a cost to that. I guess my point is that there's multiple ways that you can spin any idea and then add verticals of revenue generation to the idea. Can't go to the event? Well, you can vote for people online, or you can watch them virtually, or you can make a donation directly, or you can, buy these items. So I guess you understand what I mean? Like it doesn't just have to be one particular path that you're raising funds. You could be raising funds on a single event in multiple different ways.
Yes, that's a good idea. That's really good. I was thinking, Marcy, we could have an event in different locations for real, with other people in the club watching from other destinations. That's a possibility, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Ritu.
Okay, Shawn, my question is that your platform strictly for nonprofits or 501c3 or any other organization can use it?
At the moment, the platform is designed for 501c3, 501c4, and 501c6 organizations. It's not designed for just general businesses that want to use it to raise dollars or to use it as just a revenue generation tool. It's not designed for that. Every piece of the platform is designed for philanthropic giving or engagement with service clubs or community organizations.
Community organizations, okay, they can use it regardless of 501c3 or other steps.
Correct.
So I think I get the picture that I like the idea of being able, with a global club, being able to have events in different locations which are geared into that culture, and the rest of us maybe watching in. That's a possibility, isn't it?
Yeah, and just one thing. Anybody around the world can donate or purchase something, but at this stage in our business cycle, the checking account upon which the money is going into has to be in the United States.
Yeah, well, our base is in District 7680,
Okay.
so I think that would work, wouldn't it? Thank you, Shawn, for your for what you've given us. Food for thought, as they say.
Yep. Thank you very much for your time, and it was a pleasure being a part of your club this morning.
Fantastic. I don't know whether you're going to stay with us or not. We've got an interesting agenda item, which is another platform that is geared and attached to DAC.db.
Sure, I'll stay on for a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be useful to know, because who's here? Some Dr. Shariz is trying to come in from India. Is it Isiaq? Isiaq's here from Bangladesh. That's good.
Hey, everybody.
Okay. Right, Dr. Shazira, are you with us now? Yes, I think she is. Well, yeah.
Yeah, greetings to all of you. Sorry for late joining.
Good to see you here. That's good. Okay. Thank you. Before we go on, I was going to just discuss this next item. It's a special gift from our district governor, Deb Corbett. The district has bought an app for everybody to use, which should be able to help us to get to know each other in a new way. Now, I've only had one insight into this, and I'm not greatly technically advanced, so I welcome all of you to Anthony. Are you Anthony? Anthony Sasson sitting on the phone. This is an app called Ignite. I don't know whether you've heard of this, Shawn, but it's another platform. It's not the same as yours. It's about
Hey guys, I actually had a situation come up, and I'm gonna have to leave the call. Can I reschedule with you?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just received a phone call. I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you guys short. I will get with you on the phone via today, and we will get something on the calendar.
Okay, I'll do my best to explain what it is. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Oh, so there you are. Expect the unexpected. You never know when something's going to happen. So, as I said, we will have to reschedule that, but it's actually an app which is called Ignite, and it's another way of connecting us all together, and it is related to DAC.db. So I don't know exactly how it works, so we'll have to wait for another time to get the insight into that. I don't know whether any of you downloaded the app. Did you download the app, Marty, or is that?
I did download the app, and one thing, there's a lot of apps on the Play Store and Apple Store using the word Ignite. So I would just tell our members, you want to be looking for the red circle with a white flame.
Yes.
This is the correct one. It's by MemberMinder Pro, and it's been verified by Play Protect. So yeah, that's the correct one. I was a little bit confused. That's right. That's it. I see it there, Pauline. And when I went back to your notification with screenshots is where I was looking to see something visually, and I saw that red circle with the white flame. So that's the Ignite app that the governor has purchased for everybody. 2,500 versions she paid for out of her pocket for everybody in our district. So all 60 clubs.
Yeah.
And we're encouraging everybody to download Ignite.
And basically it's an instant access to everybody in our club, and it has various other additional things, like just understanding if you've got a prospective member that you want to introduce, you can actually use this to invite them. It can be connected to DAC.db, so it picks up everybody that's in our club. I don't know whether you had heard of this, Shawn, but obviously there are different apps that are floating around inside Rotary that we need to understand. It does have the ability even to put photographs on, connect people on WhatsApp or email, and find club members. So as it's been a gift offered to us by our governor, I think we should take the advantage of this. So we'll have some instruction on that next time. So I wanted to take the opportunity, as we've got some new members here, to offer Dave. I was going to ask you whether you would like to introduce yourself to the club so we get to know you and your history with Rotary. That would be really useful. Are you there? Dave? I don't think
away from the he may be away, so maybe we can move on to the next one.
Sorry,
He may be away, so maybe we should move on to someone else. I think Shankar is a new member as well.
yes.
So,
Shankar, you're a very new member. Would you like to introduce yourself to the club so we get to know you more?
Sure. My name is Shankar Damodharan, and I just got to be a member recently. So I'm totally fresh, but absorbing everything what everybody's talking about. I'm part of a group called the Global Chamber, which is a 525 metro network of trade and bilateral trade associates. So that's how I got to know Marty Mangiolo, and he took me as the ambassador for USPSC for Global Chamber. So trying to coordinate that. But what's happening now with Rotary is very exciting because it's a live wire, members interacting with each other is what we require currently. And the fact that it is a global organization in real time, meeting everybody is phenomenal. And Patty has been kind to send me some introductory links, and I will go through that, study it, and try to do my best. So Pauline, that's about me. I stay in Ahmedabad, which is in Gujarat and part of India, for all global friends of ours. If there's anything that I can do in Ahmedabad, I'm trying to see how a chapter of Rotary Club, this present one, can be introduced and pull members into it. Is that the way you go doing it? Or is it that locally we need to go and talk to the local Rotary? All those clarifications I'll try and find out from Patty, and then bring in some fresh inputs going forward. So that's about me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I know Farah's come in from Malaysia. Are you there, Farah?
Hi, Pauline. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Happy to see all of you. I just came back from getting, my cousin actually graduated from Cardiff University, and we actually welcomed her back to Malaysia. And we had a little bit of a celebration just now. So I drove, because she stayed quite far away, like 2 to 3 hours from the city center. So I just got back home. It's around 11:44 right now, PM. So happy to see all of you. So happy to learn of the app that the governor has, awarded to all the members in Rotary. And I'm happy to share that I'm also have a, I have renewed my membership. So happy. So yeah. Yeah, happy to learn of whatever new developments in the Rotary Club or Rotary Club. Yeah.
Fantastic. I had the absolute pleasure to meet and know Farah when I lived in Malaysia. I lived in Malaysia from 2013 to 2018. And Farah was one of my amazing entrepreneur students who graduated top of the class. She was 100% at the end of the year. Yes.
It's my honor. It's our honor to have you as our teacher, Pauline, and our mentor. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we do have Dr. Desiree Richardson. Are you there, Desiree?
Hi, I'm here. Thank you.
Give us a quick update from England and send us some of your beautiful words, because you write amazing messages to the universe.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to share a few words with everyone today who are watching us from all across the globe. Today, I want to talk about why it is so important to share wisdom. Sharing wisdom is something that can tap into the mindset of everyone who's watching and also who's reading, because when we share wisdom, it can improve our daily lives. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that words are powerful, whether written or spoken, is also how we perceive them. So one of the things that I've written up today is about doing the good. And when you're doing the good and you share that wisdom with others, is so crucial in today's shaping society. And it's truly heartwarming when we have platforms such as the Rotary Club of Global Impact and the difference that these clubs are making worldwide and continuously creating the social impact worldwide is just amazing. It's just tremendous. And what we do is always from the heart. And when we do things from the heart without looking for anything in return, it is just a profound experience that we are putting so many smiles on people's faces across the world. And my message is to let's be grateful for the now, in the moment, and never to overlook or judge any any other person, because we're all born in the world. We all came with nothing, and when we leave this world, we can't take everything. But if we can take love and leave a legacy that is so pure and that is so beautiful behind, and share that and leave that legacy so that others can carry that torch, is absolutely profound. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to share this beautiful words of inspiration and encouragement today. Thank you.
Thank you. That's absolutely beautiful. Dr. Desiree runs the Women of Heart and Gentlemen of Heart Award, which I think you've won, Marty, haven't you? So we do applaud that, and we seek wisdom. I actually run a World Wisdom Circle every second Wednesday morning. So if any of you want to join that, you're very welcome. It's about looking at the authentic harmony that we can create in the world, and to stop all the arguments and polarization that we see, or the dissension, and let alone violence in the world. I'm very passionate about the fact that we need to work together as men and women. And that's a lot of my work. I noticed Dr. Joy Nicole is here. Are you able to give us a little word, Dr. Joy?
Hello.
What would your words of wisdom today be for us? We haven't seen you for a long time. It's wonderful that you're here.
Greetings, everyone. We're here to talk about the Valor Capital Group. But before we do that, a little bit.
Are you there, Joy?
Is that me? I'm here. I was hearing someone else talking, so I was just pausing.
No.
If I had to give a wisdom word today, it would be grace. And I say that because the work we do here, Rotary, the volunteerism, the camaraderie and collaboration, hey, it's when you're in service, it's so easy to fall into the same habit of judging and measuring. The truth is, everyone just requires grace, right? Just grace. Grace for this journey, grace for our homes and our businesses. And I say that to say, offer it to yourselves first. If we practice offering grace to ourselves, it's so much easier to offer grace to others. So as we're looking at how we show up in the world and the way we connect with one another, and even our understanding of one another, right? The way we understand each other, our differences, our commonalities, just give yourself some grace. Because we're in a learning process, and that is wisdom, right? In all our getting, we get first understanding, and that is the source of wisdom. And then you're getting it, just give yourself some grace.
Thank you. That's absolutely beautiful. And it certainly concurs with my philosophy of life, which is we need to value ourselves first. And one of the things that we really want to focus on, and hopefully those who were not here but may listen to the recording later, we want to encourage every member to really share their passions and their passion projects. So we did put together a small survey which Patty sent out, and we would really love some more responses. So we will connect with each of you as members and find out why you joined, what's your passion project, what's your passion, what's your natural trait, what do you love doing best, and how would you like to contribute? We want to make a difference in the world. In order to do that, we need to know what each of us are really passionate about. I'm very passionate about educating young adults and making sure that the new generations that are coming through are allowed to be creative and imaginative and hopefully create industry sectors that we don't even know yet. Where would we have been before Steve Jobs designed an Apple? Those of you who have an iPhone or an Apple computer, I don't at the moment, but that changed the world. And there are so many things still to come that these young kids are going to be able to do in our world. And I, as an older, mature woman, I would like to support that. So on August the 4th, I'm going to be part of an intervention in Ghana with 2,500 young people who are 18 to mid-20s. So I think that if we inspire this generation of young adults to create the new industry sectors ahead and be part of our Rotary, whether that says Rotaract or whether that says full Rotarian members, whatever it is, we can change the world. And I know, Marty, that we've got the possibility of having a Rotaract club somewhere in Somaliland, is that right?
Yes, we're working on that, and Patty is actually working with Anab Ali. The application is in for her brother, Abdi Rashid Mahmoud. And so we're going to hopefully finish that up with Ali this week.
And in fact, Anib is our speaker for the first meeting, the second Tuesday of August, which will be fabulous. So we will get to know more about her and her passion and her vision for Somaliland. So that's really brilliant. And is it so that at a Rotary club like ours, we can have Rotaract as part of our club? Does it count as our membership?
Yes, it does. They become our spawn. So we spin off Rotaract clubs, hopefully Interact clubs, anywhere that people want to involve grade school children becomes Interact. Anywhere somebody wants to start like a young adults club becomes a Rotaract club. And we have the capability of also spawning other kinds of clubs, impact clubs, e-clubs. We can spawn all types of other clubs and sponsor them underneath us.
So that could be in any region that we touch across the world. So I think it's something for members to think about. What's happening in your local area, and the Rotaract is any age. Is it what age does it start?
Rotaract is really like young professionals. You'll see a lot of college students, university students, also graduates who just can't handle the payment of $90 every 60 months. They're kind of like they've graduated university with a master's, but maybe they're only 24, Pauline, and they're just getting into the workforce. And so, for them, being a member of Rotaract is a lot better, because I think the membership right now is $15 per year. So it's very viable for them, very doable.
Well, that's great. So there's a possibility that we can have Rotaract clubs in any of the countries that we are currently in.
Yeah, it's really good, Pauline, also for troublesome countries that are struggling against the American dollar. A lot of African countries where they get beat up with the dollar exchange through the International Monetary Fund, the dollar to exchange rate throughout Asia, Indonesia, anywhere that it's, if you live in Kuwait, then the dinar destroys the dollar. That's fantastic. But yes, not everybody lives in Kuwait or Oman. So, it's very handy to create a Rotaract club. is very easy.
Yes. Okay, that's fantastic. So, Patty, I was going to ask you to, and then to give us a message for this wonderful day.
Oh, gee. I say, definitely take a look at the 4-way test. I really love it so much. And when people ask me about Rotary International, I always go through it. I say, well, you know what? It's fair. It's truthful. It builds better relationships and it benefits all concerned. I just love that way of being, no matter what you do. And I just always love to reflect on that. I know it might sound like a broken record to us Rotarians. I do want to just keep spreading that word though, because that's what it's all about. And it's a really beautiful ecosystem. I'm excited about all the initiatives going on. I'm a little distracted with this Ignite. We are going to ignite our web page is going to be ignited as well. We know a little behind the scenes, we're going to be adding some buttons, and those buttons should be able to integrate well with the Ignite. I believe it should, if all goes well. So it's all exciting stuff coming on, and I'm just here to serve you. Brand new first woman ever president for the Global Rotary Club of Global Impact. I'm stumbling on my words now. Back to you.
Okay. And Isiaq, do you have a message from us from your part of the world?
If you're mad, hug your cat. If you're still mad, have some ice cream. Thank you.
Excellent. That's wonderful. And Shankar, Doris, anybody else, Stormy? Anybody else would like to say a quick thought for us as we come to the end of the meeting?
My message to anybody is, if you're feeling down, try and give something to somebody whom you see. Yeah.
I love that. That's wonderful. I know Ritu said she's just popped away from the from her camera. Stormy, Doris, anybody would like to say a few words? That's a challenge when you don't know whether somebody is.
I just wanted to welcome David Lynn.
Yes,
he was recommended by Quanta. Looks like he had to run because he is teaching a school.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's very high up in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. He's a linguist, language expert, lived all over the earth. But he is our newest paying member. Also, Farah has reinstated her dues and paid her dues, coming back in full strength. She was very busy on her trip to Turkey and the International Congress there with the World Business Angels Foundation, and she got back home safely, thank goodness. And then with her family graduating from university and everything, we still need to, as a club, just encourage a couple of other people to jump back in. If talking with Rohail Khan or Antoine Thomas to jump back in. And then we're working on Abdi's membership, and also from the White House, Paul Brandis, serving 5 presidents of the United States. He is trying to join right now. He was having trouble. I never saw the problems he was having on his screen. It was like a security protocol, something. So we have a couple of new members joining and coming in as we grow.
That's great. Antoine said he is coming back. I have a little conversation with him, so fingers crossed that will be the case. And Dr. Zaziza is here, but she's not a member yet. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Shazia Tashnam Siddiqui. Yeah, she's from India also.
Isiaq, you've got your hand up if you want a question.
Yeah, there's a gentleman from Italy, I think. I think he reached out to you, Marty. He wants to be a member, Ryan, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Who was that?
Marty, sorry.
Yeah, so I think there's another new member who's joining as well. He's actually interested in the work we have done in Ukraine and wants to contribute to it. And so, I told him, hey, if you're looking for
I did talk with him. he has two foundations. I spoke with him extensively yesterday. He's
Okay.
looking to do a global grant in Ukraine. And I explained to him, he was asking how it works and this and that. And I explained to him, you have to raise a significant amount of money from the clubs. So we have lots of contact, tons of clubs that we could activate in Ukraine. That we know a lot of them, okay, in Lviv and Kiev. But our club, I told him, honestly, our president is more so focused this year on doing a global grant in Africa. And last year, we produced over $300,000 in deliveries through working with many clubs. So, we're moving on to different agendas with our new president's agenda. And, it didn't sound like he had access to he asked me, well, then what should I do now? And I told him, honestly, the best thing to do is to get in with a club that's doing some type of mega events, join Rotary. And he said, I can't scan and analyze the membership of 1.4 million members to scan their profiles with digital analysis. I said, well, that's because you're not a member, and only members have login and password to the 1.4 million membership, where you can then do what I do when I travel to different areas and countries. I scan and analyze some 10 to 20 clubs in the region. I look for the biggest clubs that have big websites with lots of membership. When I see profiles that are filled out at Rotary.org, where everyone has a photo, then you can make your decision of who you want to start to contact and speak with. And so he seemed to be semi-depressed over these answers. And it seems like we get a bunch of this, and I'll just shut up by saying Rotary announced yesterday that they're moving the showcase, which is about grants. They're moving it to a different section on the website, where that's where you end up going into the showcase to find partners.
Got it. All right, good to know. Thanks, Marty.
So
Yes.
that's really interesting. I think one of the things, the last message is to remind everybody and everybody listening that we need to put our profile in Rotary.org. It's really important to use Rotary.org. I know Shankar's going to go and do that, but that's where you get the reach across the world.
Yes. And it makes the club look indomitable when people are searching like, hey, how can I do business in Ahmedabad because I want to do business with a Rotarian? They go in there, they see Shankar's photo at Rotary.org. They make sure all of your profile is filled out, all the business, all your activities, all your degrees, all of your history. The more information, as you know, that's available on the web is how SEO works. So if you're not helping search engine optimization, then you're not going to be contacted by rich Rotarians who are, like flying into Las Vegas for a week and they see Pauline.
So absolutely fantastic. We've got jewels in our jewel box. It's a Pandora's box. We just need to open it carefully. So thank you. We'll close the meeting now. I don't have a gong, but we'll close it with the words of passion and purpose and vision. So let's go forward and make sure that we do that. Passion, purpose, and vision. Thank you all for coming. And I will see Marty and
Dr. Pauline, before you go, I have one request. Can we please take a group photo? Gallery, put it on gallery mode and then take a group photo. We can put it up on, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. Let people know that, hey, we're here. Come join us.
What? Take a photo. I can't take photographs on mine. I'll take it off the recording if that's okay.
Sure. Give me a sec. Let me see if. All right, so I can only see 6 people. I don't know how to do.
I don't know whether.
Marty, do you know how to do more than 6 people? I can't seem to figure that out.
Well, a lot of them don't have their cameras turned on, so you end up having to edit it in Canva and add their photo in.
Got it. Okay, let's just go for this. All right. Then let's just smile in like 3 seconds. I think that should be good enough. Let's see. 1, 2. Done.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
Thank
Take care.
you. Take care,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you.
Bobby.